experience when we are challenged or overwhelmed. But more than just an emotion, stress is a hardwired physical response that travels throughout your entire body. In the short term, stress can be advantageous, but when activated too often or too long, your primitive fight or flight stress response not only changes your brain, but also damages many of the other organs and cells throughout your body. Your adrenal gland releases the stress hormones cortisol, epinephrine, also known as adrenaline, and norepinephrine. As these hormones travel through your bloodstream, they easily reach your blood vessels and heart. Adrenaline causes your heart to beat faster and raises your blood pressure, over time causing hypertension. Cortisol can also cause the endothelium, or inner lining of blood vessels, to not function normally. Scientists now know that this is an early step in triggering the process of atherosclerosis, or cholesterol plaque buildup in your arteries. Together, these changes increase your chances of a heart attack or stroke. When your brain senses stress, it activates your autonomic nervous system. Through this network of nerve connections, your big brain communicates stress to your enteric or intestinal nervous system. Besides causing butterflies in your stomach, this brain-gut connection can disturb the natural rhythmic contractions that move food through your gut, leading to irritable bowel syndrome, and can increase your gut sensitivity to acid, making you more likely to feel heartburn.
How? Through the way of thinking. Now check this out. Now, if stress deteriorates the body, right? What would hope and salvation do?
All right, Shalom. This is Ariel Ben Yasharallah down here in the Lions Den camp. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ha, Racha, Kwadash, Ma'amath. A double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. A double honor to my elder as well, Aharon by Yasharallah down here in the Lions Den camp. And a sincere water to the Akim, the Akwatim, and the children who are pushing the truth and believing with sincerity. The Akim, the Akwatim, and the Bunyan. Who are pushing the truth and believing with sincerity. The water, Shalom. As you saw in the beginning of the clip, if stress deteriorates the body, and I'll put that little in the specifically going into what stress does to the body, because like stress, it's like that one thing, stress can turn into a plethora, a multitude of problems within the body. So the bishop of the camp, last camp, he said, so what will hope and salvation do? So this is Isaiah chapter 28, verse 12. It says, to give some context about the chapter of Isaiah 28, it says from verse 1 to 5, it's about the prophet threateneth Ephraim for their pride and drunkenness. From 5 to 7, it says, the residue shall be advanced in the kingdom of Mashiach. From 7 to 9, it says, he rebuketh their error. From 9 to 14, it says, their untowardness to learn. 14 to 16, and their security. 16 to 18, Mashiach, the sure foundation is promised. 18 to 23, their security shall be tried. 23 to the rest of the chapter. In the chapter, they are incited to the consideration of Yahweh's discreet providence. So this is Isaiah chapter 12. Isaiah chapter 28, verse 12. It says, to whom he said, this is the rest wherewith ye may cause the weary to rest, and this is the refreshing, yet they would not hear. All right, so when a person comes into the knowledge and the fear, and when a person comes into the fear and knowledge and wisdom of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, that person finds rest and refreshing. All right, and a lot of people cannot say that about money. When people come into money, there's a slack. Let me pause it. if a person were to inherit or win the lotto and win a whole bunch of like millions of billions of dollars, they would feel as if they have the chance to rest, and they feel as if they have a chance to refresh themselves. But really, it's just more work, because now they have to work harder to keep that money. All right, so there's going to be no rest in that. And also the scriptures also say riches take wings and flieth off, roughly paraphrasing. And they think that with that money they'll be able to refresh themselves, but really they're just that same person with more money. Now they have more tools to do their wickedness. All right, but coming into the fear, knowledge, and wisdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, it says ye may cause the weary to rest. All right. All right, this is Proverbs chapter 3 verse 1. This is, and to give some context, the prologue of chapter 3, it says an exhortation to obedience to from verse 1 to 5. It says an exhortation to obedience from 5 to 7, to faith from 7 to 9, to mortification from 9 to 11, to devotion from 11 to 13, to patience 13 to 19, the happy gain of wisdom from 19 to 21, the power 21 to 27, and the benefits of wisdom 27 to 30, and exhortation to charitableness from 30 to 31, peaceableness from 31 to 33, and contentedness, and 33 on to the rest of the chapter, the cursed state of the wicked. So this would be the exhortation to obedience. This is Proverbs chapter 3 verse 1. It says, my son, forget not my law. Something Salakia. Knows kind of stuffy, Salakia. This is Proverbs chapter 3 verse 1. It says, my son, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments for length of days. All right, so people talk about a long life. For length of days and long life and peace shall be added to thee. So when somebody wholeheartedly and sincerely does everything in their power to follow the laws to the best of their ability, all right, and not only following the laws, but put their faith in Yahushua, all right, length of days, long life, and peace shall be added to thee. Verse 3, let not mercy and truth forsake thee. Bind them about thy neck. Write them upon the table of thine heart. Write them upon in your mind. Okay. So shalt thou find favor. And that's what we want to find, favor in the sight of Yahweh. And good understanding in the sight of Yahweh and man. All right. When we do our best to please Yahweh, we automatically please, man. We either going to rub them the wrong way because they're completely in the darkness, and then they're going to do something to contend against the Lord, and then they're going to be made a spectacle, or they marvel at us, and at our discipline and at our order. God damn. Okay. Verse 5. Come on. Verse 5. Proverbs chapter 3 verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and leave not unto thy own understanding. Okay, and so a lot of these people have a whole bunch of built up philosophies that that they've compiled against in their whole life. Oh, I went to prison, or oh, I've been out here in the streets, or oh, with my college education, and all that's vanity. We need to lean onto the understanding of Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai. And people look at you crazy. They're like, why you follow the laws of the Lord? Those are so barbaric, or those are so archaic. But really, the law, statutes, commandments given to Israel by the Lord, Yahweh, through Moses, all right, these laws are really, really nice. These laws are beautiful, all right? And then even more so when people say, we shouldn't live according to the law of the Lord. Well, what law would you want to live by? There's so many laws and statutes and commandments out there All right. So which ones do you want to live by? Why do you want to live by that one? Really, ask yourself that. Christians, say, the law was done away with. So you would rather go according to the laws of America, knowing how flawed they are, knowing how corrupt and wicked they are. They would rather just live lawless. I'm a rambling slack here. This is verse 6. In all thy ways acknowledge him, in all thy ways acknowledge Yahweh, and he shall direct thy paths. Be not wise in thine own eyes. Fear the Lord and depart from evil. It shall be, and this is the main point, verse 8. It shall be health to thy navel, all right, to thy belly button. All right, the scriptures say, he that believeth on me, out of his bellies shall flow rivers of living water. All right. Verse 8, it shall be health to thy navel and marrow to thy bones. And I just recently found out that blood is created from the bones. All right, like the bone marrow, the bone marrow within our bones creates the blood that is, life juice, for our body. And I never knew that, because in Kahalayim La Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, to make such a beautiful creation like the human bone be so strong enough to like punch and break other things, if you condition it right, but at the same time be porous enough to allow liquid to flow through it. Like that's like it's beautiful. And following the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability and believing on Yahushua, it's verse 8, it shall be health to thy navel and marrow to thy bones. Honor the Lord with thy substance and with the first fruits of all thine increase. So shall thy barns be filled with plenty. And Christian pastors be like, yeah, you gotta give the Lord your bank account. No. If you have money to spend on the Lord, like, all right. So I recently got into calligraphy. And not calligraphy of English, of like American English. I got into the calligraphy of the Paleo Hebrew characters, and so getting into like broad strokes, I also say just getting pens and paper and stuff like that. I spent my money on that stuff, or I'll spend my money on something towards the Lord. You might buy some signs for the camp, or buy the Akim some food. Like, the first thing you want to do is like help the Lord any way you can. You might help the Lord by buying things that keeps your mind focused on the Lord. All right, it doesn't mean to just give your money to some guy, or give your money to some organization. All right, you can just simply just spend more time, because that's the most precious commodity right now. Our people aren't blessed with a. Let me see. Our people aren't blessed with barns or fruits of thine or the first fruits of thy thing. So you equate that to modern day time and just give your time. Our most precious commodity right now is time, and for people with families, the parents will go to work for 8 hours, kids will go to work for 8 hours, come home, spend a few hours with you, maybe an hour or two with your kids before they got to go to bed, and you got to go to bed, and you don't really spend a lot of time with your family anymore. We don't spend a lot of time doing the things that we need to do. So all the time that we have, every little bit we can squeeze in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. We don't need to squeeze in the middle, but make him a priority in our lifetime, in our life. Wine. So shall thy barns, verse 10, so shall thy barns be filled with plenty, and thy press shall burst out with new wine. My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord, neither be weary of his correction. We don't, have I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth? And Lord, we need to take the corrections, all right, and not taking the corrections, just like being beating ourselves up. We need to take it and truly use it to better ourselves. Verse 12, for whom the Lord loveth, he correcteth, even as a father the son, in whom he delighteth. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. That's what everybody's searching for right now, is happiness. You know, everyone right now is depressed. You keep hearing that so much. Everyone has depression and anxiety. Everyone has depression and anxiety. You hear so much so that when I go on YouTube, there's commercials for get help, for get therapy and shit like that. Let me get this one real quick. All right, with that depression and anxiety shit comes a lot of people. I've had it since I was a kid, and it's gotten a lot better. Like insomnia. You know, people, they be tired, and then when bedtime comes around, they can't go to sleep because their mind be racing and shit like that. I had a really bad as a child. Verse, it's like chapter 3, Proverbs chapter 3, verse 23. It says, then shalt thou walk in thy way safely, and thy foot shall not stumble. When thou layest down, thou shalt not be afraid. Yeah, thou shalt lie down, and thy sleep shall be sweet. That's what Yahweh Shem Yahushua has for us when we truly indulge within him, indulge in his spirit. All right. Thou shalt lay down, and thy sleep shall be sweet. Okay. And everyone has experienced in their lifetime a great night's rest. A great night rest. Everyone has experienced that. And those are some really good rests. A really good nap. You know, a really good sleep to truly like recharge us, you know? And a lot of people don't have that. A lot of people, when they lay down, they be dog tired, but they can't go to sleep because their mind is racing. Their body is beat down, but their mind is plagued evermore with all of these beautiful distractions about money, about cars, clothes, hoes, bills, work, you know, whatever. All right, this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 16. And to give some context, here's the prologue to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 16. From verse, it just starts at 2. It says, from 2 to 5, Yahweh gave strange meat to his people to stir up their appetite, and wild beasts to their enemies to take it from them. From 5 to 12, he stung with his serpents. From 12 to 17, but soon healed them by his word only. From 17 to the rest of the chapter, the creatures altered their nature to please Yahweh's people and to offend their enemies. So this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 16, verse 11. It says, for they were pricked, and they should remember thy words, and were quickly saved, that not falling into deep forgetfulness, they might be continually mindful of thy goodness, of the goodness of Yahweh. Verse 12 is the main point. For it was neither herb nor mollifying plaster that restored them to health, but thy word, O Lord, which healeth all things. For thou hast power of life and death. Thou leadest to the gates of hell, and bringest up again. We have to keep that within our mind, that Yahweh, that Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai, Yahweh and Yahushai, they are the ones that are controlling everything right now. Well, I'll say Yahweh right now is controlling everything. All right, Yahushai is doing his bidding right now. His bidding is for him to be patient until when he arises. When Yahweh tell Yahushai to rise to the prey. All right, he's in the control of all of this. All right, for it was neither herb nor mollifying plaster that restored them to health, but thy word, O Lord, which healeth all things. Thy word, O Lord, which healeth all things. To heal ourselves, all we have to do is read these scriptures. To heal ourselves, all we have to do is follow the laws to the best of our ability. And the guy, that Israelite dude that's talking about it's lawful to eat pork, it's not lawful. And one thing he says is It's bad to say follow the laws to the best of your ability because it's not in the scriptures, and I'm not saying it's in the scriptures. What I'm saying is you have to follow the law and know that we're not going to be able to keep the laws 100%. All right, because we are in this captivity and we're prisoners of hope. So there's going to be a lot of places for us to stumble upon when following the law. But Kahalayim La Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai died for us to have that grace period to trip up. All right, so that way we won't be judged by the judgment of death. We keep doing it. We keep doing our best to live righteous in an unrighteous society. Okay. My next scripture. All right, this is Proverbs chapter 10, verse 27, and this is the prologue to Proverbs chapter 10. To give some context about what the chapter is about, it says, from this chapter to the 520th are sundry observations of moral virtues and their contrary vices. Ooh, that sounds cool. So this is Proverbs chapter 10, verse 27. The fear of the Lord prolongeth days, but the years of the wicked shall be shortened. All right, I'm going to go to verse 28 as well. The hope of the righteous shall be gladness, but the expectation of the wicked shall perish. All right, so the fear of the Lord, so just simply fearing the Lord prolongeth days. All right, fearing the Lord, and when we fear the Lord, we do our best to stay on his good side, and staying on his good side comes with benefits. It gives us increase, not only in the eyes of Yahweh, and while Yahweh Shai, but also in the eyes of man. All right, we have so many examples of men who stood stiffly for Yahweh, and they were made a marvel. All right, and that's going to happen again. All right, this is Proverbs chapter 2, and this is the prologue to Proverbs chapter 2 for context. It says from verse 1 to 10, wisdom promiseth godliness to her children. Verse 10 to 20, and safety from evil company. Verse 20 to the rest of the chapter, and direction in good ways. So this is Proverbs chapter 2, verse 10. It says, when wisdom entereth into thine heart, all right, and that word heart is la'ab, which means mind. So when wisdom entereth into the mind, to thine heart, and knowledge is pleasant unto thy soul, all right. So when wisdom entereth into thine heart, knowledge will be pleasant unto our souls. Discretion shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee calm. Just the scriptures also say, knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times. Our knowledge is going to be pleasant unto our soul, no matter what's going on around us. All right, well, when our bodies shiver, we aren't really cold. Our inner temperature is still 98.6, or whatever it's supposed to be now. I think they changed it or some shit, but they say that the inner body is supposed to be 98.6 degrees at all times. That's a fully functional body. But when you shiver, we're just reacting to the outside. We're just reacting to the outside temperature, not the inner temperature. All right. So discretion, and I said all that to say, discretion shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee. Discretion shall preserve us. All right. Oh, I said all that to say, when I was talking about the inner body temperature, we need to be nothing pleasant to that soul. We need to always be have a sound mind. Kind of, that's what I was trying to go into. Slakia, having a sound mind. Or everything around us may be tumultuous, but our minds need to be calm, no matter how tumultuous things are around us. All right. Discretion shall preserve thee. Just like the scripture saith, be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. You know, a wise man pick and choose when it's his time to speak. You know, discretion shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee. Knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of that time. So that was a beautiful that was a beautiful comment. You know, if stress deteriorates the body, what will hope and salvation do? All right, and that hope ultimately is hope in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, and that salvation is going to be getting the new bodies. You know, that salvation is going to be seeing the downfall of this sinful kingdom, America. All right, that salvation is going to be being taken up into the chariots. And while we're down here on earth, that's that hope is in the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, and that hope is being discreet, keeping fearing the Lord. All right, and everything is going to be added unto us: length of days, health to thy navel, sweet sleep. So I pray the lesson was edifying. Shalom.